leads us in this song of hope for the future, lift every voice and sing. I will say that the group is organized and directed by Mr. Todd Powell, who was the director at the Malden High School. Director Powell called us and got in touch with us and said he had tested positive and couldn't make it here this morning. So we were able to reach out to Mrs. Beverly Dinkins, who was one of the choir directors at Emmanuel Baptist Church. Who immediately said, yes, call on me, I'll step right up. And so she will be leading this choral group for the first time. Let's join in. Lift every voice and sing. Lift every voice and sing, till earth and heaven ring, ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise, high as the listening skies. Let every sound, loud as the rolling sea, sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of our new day begun, let us march on till victory is won. Slowly the road we trod, bitter the chastening rod, felt in the days when hope unborn had died, yet with a steady beat, let not our weary feet come to the place for which our fathers sighed. We have come over a way that with tears have been watered. We have come treading our path through the blood of the slaughter. Out of the gloomy past, till now we stand at last, where the white gleam of our bright star is cast. God of our rearing its first time getting together, the Malden High School Choral Hours. They will be back. So we're keeping it all together with wire and rope here. Do you notice that? Someone said that wire and rope is our only hope. So born on January 15th, 1929, Martin Luther King was assassinated on April 4th, 1968, while leading a boycott to help sanitation workers in Memphis, Tennessee. This champion of the American Civil Rights Movement was thrust into national attention as the leader of the Montgomery bus boycott. I think we all are familiar with what was going on. This person who was just coming to Montgomery, one of the new pastors there, was the person that was thrust into the leadership of this boycott after Sister Rosa Parks was arrested for refusing to give up her seat to a white man on a Montgomery bus. She was taken off to jail, and it was that impetus that pushed the group together to say we needed to do something about this. Well, this historic boycott resulted in the integration of that city's transportation system. From the bus boycott in 59 into 55 to his assassination in 1968, Dr. King helped change America. He brought to the world's attention how unfairly black people in America were treated. His strong leadership and unprecedented power of speech gave people the faith and courage to keep working for peaceful change. His leadership of a system of nonviolent civil disobedience led to new laws that ended racial segregation, but also led to changes in the hearts and minds of people across this nation. To tell us more about Dr. King and to tell us more about what we're all about here today, we're going to ask the leader of our city, our leader that needs no introduction, the Honorable Mayor Gary Christenson.
I don't know if you know, but this new City Hall was built for the next 50 years. But based on this turnout, we may have to look at redoing this room. Maybe it's a good thing we stopped work over here. We may have to expand it. And that is just a tribute to all of you being here today on such short notice. I am impressed, but not surprised. Another round of applause for all of you being here. So I, too, want to thank the North Shore Black Women's Association. Although they had to postpone this year's luncheon, their work for the past 30 years inspired us to come together today to honor the legacy of Dr. King. For this to happen, I want to take a moment to recognize and thank my colleagues, especially former City Councilor Neal Anderson, City Councilor Craig Spadafora, Maria Louise from my office, for organizing today's event. It made me proud when I called them to say that we needed to do something, that they, without hesitation, agreed and have been working for the past 3 weeks to ensure that it happened. Each year, on Dr. King's birthday, we reflect on his life and achievements and his hope for a beloved community, a community in which everyone is equally cared for without poverty, hunger, and hate. He popularized the term And although he acknowledged that realizing his vision would involve systemic changes in areas such as government, healthcare, education, law, and infrastructure, he had faith that such a community was possible. Dr. King believed in working together and in the power of service. He said, "Not everybody can be famous, but everybody can be great because anybody can serve." Enacted by Congress in 1994, his birthday became a National Day of Service, a day on, not a day off. Service comes in many forms and can mean different things, but no matter the choice, it has the powerful impact of removing barriers, strengthening communities, building a sense of mutual responsibility, and bringing people together to move us all closer to Dr. King's vision of a beloved community. Coretta Scott King said, "The greatest birthday gift my husband could receive is if people of all racial and ethnic backgrounds celebrated the holiday by performing individual acts of kindness through service to others." In that spirit, we thought it only appropriate to highlight and thank some of the service organizations who continue to respond to the question, what are we doing for others? Whether it be the Warming Center, whose volunteers provide a safe and warm place during the winter months, or the Bread of Life, who continues to feed our community, or Malden Overcoming Addiction, who helps residents with substance use disorders, or the many counselors, school committee members, police and fire departments, and local businesses who just a few weeks ago provided hundreds of toys to families throughout Malden. They have all recognized the importance of service and without a doubt have made a difference in our community. As Dr. King said, whatever affects one directly affects all indirectly. Whether you're here with us in person today or watching at home, we are all connected. By engaging in acts of service and acts of kindness, you too are making a difference for our great city. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. We have a special guest here this morning. Have you all noticed what's been happening in Washington, D.C.? Right here from our own community. This woman who just a few years ago was a school committee person in Wakefield. Melrose. Well, closer. Melrose used to be a part of Malden. Remember, Melrose was a part of Malden. Yes. Yes, absolutely. North Malden, that's right. That's right. Katherine Clark, Congresswoman Katherine Clark, who has moved on. Yeah. The minority whip. Please. I guess you need no introduction. Representative Katherine Clark, please. Need no introduction.
Oh my goodness, what an absolute delight to be here with you. Good morning and happy Martin Luther King Day. Thank you to Mayor Christenson, our city councilors, our school committee members, the incredible staff at City Hall, our first responders, Pastor Gadie, and our beloved Neal. We are so grateful that you picked up this mantle of commemoration, of drawing that line from our history to our present day, and brought us all together in celebration, in inspiration, And I have to tell you that the North Shore Black Women's Association lunch holds a very special place in my heart for the years that I got to attend and see so many come together. And I know that we will do that again, but I am very grateful to the mayor and to Craig and to Neal for bringing us together here today. One of the speakers I saw at the Martin Luther King Day luncheon was the Reverend Liz Walker. And do you remember when she came? Just recently was making that transition from journalist and broadcaster to becoming an ordained minister. And I got to see her again just the other day at the unveiling of Embrace. Yes. And she said, yes. She said words that for me really captured Malden and the North Shore Black Women's Association. She talked about Martin Luther King's love. And she said it's not the love that is sentimental or romantic. It is love that is a creative weapon for change. And that's exactly what Malden represents. Malden represents the very best of American ideals, always welcoming all, and constantly striving for a more just and inclusive tomorrow. There are no better examples of this than the organizations that we are going to honor, although there are certainly more throughout this incredible community. The North Shore Black Women's Association, Bread of Life, Malden Cares, the Malden Warming Center, the Holiday Toy Drive, and Mary Malden, and so many more. Dr. King said life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? And each of you answer that in the affirmative every single day. I have seen your work up close. I've seen you feed and clothe families, help our neighbors recover and rebuild, educate eager minds, and improve lives with your activism and your altruism. As your representative in Washington, I am honored, inspired, and energized by your generosity and commitment to justice. More than 6 decades ago, Dr. King led the fight for freedom and dignity for every American. And while we have made great progress, we face great challenges. Our country is still at a crossroads. Which part are we all going to play in continuing Dr. King's vision of not only peace, a vote for everyone, no matter your zip code or income, but also economic justice, making sure that as we rebuild from the pandemic, that every single person can see themselves, can see opportunity. From ending hunger to combating racism to securing voting rights, there are no shortages of challenges in front of us. But I know that together, with your determined leadership, we will continue to choose community. We will continue to choose community over division, fear, bigotry. We will continue to strive towards that vision of one beloved community. So it is a great pride every day when I pull open that door to the House of Representatives to get to be your voice, to get to represent our part in this journey to making those ideals of equality and liberty and justice for all become reality. Thank you for having me. Thank you for what you do.
Minority Whip Katherine Clark. So listen, while Dr. King was raised in the South, he came to Boston University in the 50s to study at Boston University, where he received his PhD. It was here that he met the love of his life, Coretta Scott. It was here that he affiliated with 12th Baptist Church in Roxbury, the famous 12th Baptist Church in Roxbury, where he preached. It was here that he became almost like his second home, a son of Boston. And it was here, as Representative Clark has just mentioned, it was just a few days ago, the unveiling of Embrace. Have you seen Embrace? Yes. This depiction of Dr. King and Mrs. King embracing as he got the news of being selected as the Nobel Peace Prize winner. You know, what a great honor it is for us here in the Boston area and in Malden. We can consider it all our home to be recognizing Dr. King for what he has done and how we have continued to go on with that. So while we remember the "I Had a Dream" speech that Dr. King made on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial in '63, you know, we must also remember that it was really the civil rights movement that he helped lead, the sacrifices that he and many other civil rights leaders have made. It would be Dr. King that would be the first to admit that it wasn't just Dr. King alone, but many other heroes and sheroes that were out leading the fight. Dr. King was the youngest person to ever have received the Nobel Peace Prize at that time. But you know, during those days, there were many people in this country who didn't want the change. They wanted the status quo of racial segregation. There were people that thought Dr. King was a troublemaker. They called him a communist. He was an outside agitator. He was criticized for speaking out against the American involvement in Vietnam. One of the country's top law enforcement officials, J. Edgar Hoover, the director of the Federal Bureau of Investigation, considered Dr. King one of the most dangerous men in America. Many in the black community criticized him for being too passive, for not being more militant. Dr. King was the target of many threats to his life. He had his home bombed. He'd been beaten, jailed, stabbed, spit on, and much, much more. But he kept on going. Yeah. Didn't he? He kept on going. Yes, and he pushed us in that direction. And that's why we're here today. Yeah. That's why we're here today, to remember what his legacy was about and to encourage us to continue in that direction. And that's who we're going to honor. We're going to be honoring some of those folks who are here today. So I'm going to begin now by beginning to introduce some of our honorees. No, I'm not looking for you. I'm just, the coach over here just said. Of course, I don't know anything. Okay. So I have the pleasure of being the first to recognize the North Shore Black Women's Association. Yes, would you please come? Whoa. Marion has always made an entrance, hasn't she? Huh? Are you okay? Okay. You all right? Okay. Okay. So, you know, I got much of my information from Marion Desmond, who was telling me that, that there were two women that I want to acknowledge. That was Johnny Knight and Iota Henry, who back in the early 1990s were appointed by the mayor and city council to the Malden Human Rights Commission. That Human Rights Commission was made up of like-minded Maldonians who were tasked in helping to help with racial cohesiveness in Malden. And there were meetings to help look at our community, looking at our system of government. And out of that group, there were other marginalized groups where special attention were given to some of those other groups. And Johnny Knight and Iota Henry said, you know, we need to be doing something for the black community. So as any good grassroots organizers, they met around the kitchen table and talked about what it was that they could do in recognition of the black accomplishments in this era. So in 1993, they decided that what they should do was to be honoring the life and legacy of Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And from that period on, that 30 years ago, they've decided that doing the luncheons for the North, and they organized what was called the North Shore Black Women's Association, because it wasn't just Malden women, but those throughout the North Shore, and organized these luncheons where they would call attention and keep on our minds the life of Dr. King. And this community responded to that, came out in great droves, came to Anthony's restaurant where they were getting great support from the Spadafora family and the Moravitz family and the rest of the community that came out and wanted to continue to be part of this legacy. And so that organization that has lasted for 30 years, passing the torch on to some of those earlier leaders, to some of the younger leaders who are now the president of the North Shore Black Women's Association. So we wanted to honor the North Shore Black Women's Association. And so I have the pleasure of reading this citation that has been signed by both the mayor and the city council president. And the citation reads as follows. This citation, on this day, the city of Malden recognizes the North Shore Black Women's Association for making a difference in the Malden community for over 30 years, whether hosting the annual Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. luncheon, supporting our students with scholarships, or working to promote justice, equality, and opportunity for all. Their work embodies Dr. King's ideals, spirit, and commitment to service. As we continue to address the many challenges before us, it's the organizations like the North Shore Black Women's Association that will help move our community forward. Today, we recognize all their contributions, thank them for the years of service, and look forward to our continued work together in the years ahead. Signed by His Honor the Mayor, Gary Christenson, and Council President Barbara Murphy. Okay.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. On behalf of North Shore Black Women's Association, we would like to thank the City of Malden for this recognition. We would also like to thank all our supporters, Mayor Christenson, Neal Anderson, the Spadafora family, and all you who came out and supported us throughout the years at our annual luncheon. We look forward to seeing you all next year. Thank you.
Yes.
Excuse me, and on a second note, we are honored to have our whip leader from the House of Representatives honoring us this special day. Thank you.
And I hope you got that message that we're doing it this year here But the North Shore Black Women's Association, we want to help you make sure that the luncheon is back on again next year. Yes? I guess I can get an amen on that one, right? Amen. All right. Mayor Christenson, if you please come.
What are we doing for others? I can't think of an organization that hasn't answered that question for the past many decades than the Bread of Life. People often ask me, what was the impetus to get into public service? And I would have to say one of them was the Bread of Life. I was a volunteer when I was in high school and then became a member of the organization and later on president. And it was there that I learned that we must, no matter what time we find ourselves in, be there for the community. And so I'm not alone in that feeling, thanks to the City Council, who many of them are here today. We have committed a multi-million-dollar package for the Bread of Life to be able to build a new kitchen, new pantry, new offices, and 17 units of new affordable housing. So on that note, I would now like to present a citation to the incomparable Gabriella Snyder-Stelmack. It reads as follows. On this day, the City of Malden recognizes Bread of Life for furthering the ideals of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. with their commitment to service. Bread of Life's mission is to feed the body and to nurture the soul. Not only do they provide over 1.5 million pounds of food per year for economically struggling and disadvantaged families, individuals, youth, and senior citizens, but they also strive to offer spiritual nurture and promote greater peace and justice by addressing the broader issues of hunger and poverty. They truly embody the famous words of Dr. King that everybody can be great because everybody can serve. You only need a heart full of grace and a soul generated by love. Today, we recognize the Bread of Life for embracing this call to service and thank them for their tremendous difference they make in our community and beyond. Very truly yours, Gary Christenson, Mayor, City Council President Barbara Murphy. You got the Congresswoman?
I'm truly honored to receive this recognition on behalf of Bread of Life. As usual, we have a great team of, I didn't pay them because we don't hardly pay anybody. We have hundreds of volunteers that are back there, the squad. Dr. King actually is a role model for me personally. His vision, his leadership, his courage, his self-sacrifice for the greater good. At Bread of Life, we celebrate and we need all kinds of people to partner with us in this work. And to receive food also is needed. We welcome volunteers, hundreds of them every year, from school kids to, I don't know, Katherine Clark, for example, working in our delivery program during COVID. So, yes, absolutely. Don't think they don't get their hands dirty, because they definitely have, under amazing conditions. The next time we'll have a better building for you. Not the tough conditions at the old site. But yes, we welcome volunteers and patrons of every race, ethnicity, culture, language, faith, gender, and age. We welcome and we need all of you. Together last year, we did serve 108,000 people, up over 100% from before COVID, and the numbers sadly are not down, but we will continue. And we're also committed to working with you all in the fight against racism wherever it appears, And we thank the North Shore Black Women's Association, former Councillor Anderson, especially for your leadership. And thank you again for this recognition of Bread of Life.
Council President.
Council President, don't leave. You're next. Council President, Barbara Walsh Murphy. Yes, there's a round of applause. Okay. I'll let you go from there. There you
Thank
go.
you. Thank you, Councilor. Well, it is a pleasure to be here
They can
today.
still call me Councilor, see that?
I know. He'll always be Councilor. He's a mentor. He's been a mentor to me since the day I took office, and still have his phone number. He's on speed dial. He'll always be a good friend and a mentor to me. So blessed to have people like Councilor Anderson in my life. So I'm here today for Malden Cares. Malden Cares, unlike the two organizations we've just heard from, is a newer organization. Just started about 2 years ago. And just a little bit of a background. I'm so proud to be able to honor Malden Cares here today. But I want to take you back to the beginning. There actually is a task force called the Opioid Task Force that started to meet a couple of years ago. Most of the members are here. Mr. Hammersley, Mr. Brown, Pastor Whetstone, Mayor Gary Christenson, myself, Chief Cronin. Did I miss anybody? Emmanuel, my partner. Chief Sullivan, yes. Sorry how I could forget my Ward 5 partner. I do apologize. That one's unforgivable. Anyway, and we sat around a table and really started to talk about substance abuse disorder and what it meant to not only the folks who were addicted, but also to the families, and what we could do to help the community. And one day, about 18 months ago, in one of those conversations, so I'll take you back to the beginning, Paul Hammersley said, we need to take this to the streets. We need to get out there and we need to meet with the people who are affected. Sitting in a room talking about it is really not where we need to be at the moment. And that was the day Malden Cares was born. And I think Malden Cares will be around for many decades to come, unfortunately, because the need is not going away. And this is something that we all need to be aware of and we all need to be supportive of in whatever way that we can. I'm actually going to call everybody up in a minute. I gotcha. So Malden Cares is the epitome of a community coming together to help those in need through service and show them love and compassion when they don't always receive it, but they need it so much. I can't help but think of the words of Martin Luther King Jr. when he said, I have decided to stick with love. Hate is too great a burden to bear. In Malden, we are blessed to have a strong diversity of race, religion, culture, opinion, and experiences. No matter our differences, we are always here to help each other, and that is really what makes our community so great, and it's what we're hearing about today. This is the one that really, when communities around us debate how to help each other, okay, and help those who need it the most, Malden never wavers. Malden works hard to take the stigma out of addiction and help with recovery. And I want you all to hear this because this is a testament to Malden Cares. This past year, Malden Cares has placed 68 individuals in recovery. They are meeting people on the streets at the train station, at the Malden Warming Center, and they are helping. They are helping so much. It's incredible. This is an award that I am just so privileged to be able to give out. In addition to helping with substance abuse disorder, it became very aware, it just became very apparent when they were over at the train stations that it wasn't just substance abuse issues that they needed to deal with. It's homelessness, it's mental illness, and it's food security. And over the past 18 months, they have helped hundreds of people with those issues. So it went well beyond what the expectation was when it started. Malden Cares has shown we treat every person who needs help with the love and compassion they deserve. We, as a community, are so grateful for Malden Cares and their dedication to those needing help and their commitment to our community. It is with great pleasure, because I know there's many of them in this audience, that I ask the Malden Cares team to come forward and receive this citation from the city. I always say it takes the village, and Malden Cares is village. Everybody in here, so. Citation, on this day, the city of Malden recognizes Malden Cares for furthering the ideals of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. with their commitment to service. Malden Cares provides recovery support resources to those who struggle with substance abuse disorder and homelessness. They directly engage with the public by maintaining a regular presence within the community. Their educational programming and outreach, as well as their continued advocacy, serve as a strong voice for those who often go unheard. Today, we recognize Malden Cares for embracing Dr. King's call to service and thank them for their work and their commitment to our community. Signed, Mayor Gary Christenson and Barbara M. Murphy. I'm not sure who wants to speak, but.
Thank you, Councillor Murphy. Humbling today to be standing up in front of all of you, our Congresswoman, our Mayor, all of the groups that are being recognized today. It really, truly is humbling. But let me tell you what the critical piece behind every organization is. Sometimes people think it's systems, processes, staff manuals. The key to Malden Cares are people. You people, these people. We care in Malden. I am surrounded by recovery coaches who go through an in-depth training and then learn throughout the year and keep their certification. They are either paired with folks in recovery, or they seek out folks who are looking for sober homes, recovery services, job applications, medical care. This is a tremendous group. I'm honored to be part of this group. I congratulate the Opioid Task Force for having really the guts to start this in a time when not everyone accepts people with substance use disorder and mental health issues and homelessness. We not only accept this work, we embrace this work. We thank you for this award, and we will keep doing the work. Thank you so much.
I didn't want to speak. This is such an honor to be standing here in front of you, being recognized for the work that we do. And like, we do this for the 6 words that have been talked about. What have you done for others? Period. We cannot do this work. Let me rephrase. So there's other surrounding communities that are contacting me, asking how is Malden doing it? Give us your blueprint. This cannot happen without Mayor Christenson, the city council, Katherine Clark, our state delegation. People believe in the work we're doing. And Malden is blessed, absolutely blessed, to have the leadership we have. And with that, I say thank you. Dana, picture. Yeah, kind of stand in front. Yeah, I'm tall. Thank you.
We know that you're getting the message. We not only want to recognize these groups, but we also want to encourage those of you who aren't actively volunteering that there is work to be done. And for each of us, there is something for us to do. So now we're going to change up a bit on our program and have another special performance by the Malden High, they call it the AO Step Team. Ms. Barbara Strabelli is the director, the advisor. Again, these were groups that we just reached out to within the last week or so, and yes, they were ready to come and share their talent. Ladies, it's up to you. Oh, to be young again, huh? Oh, thank you, thank you. So as we continue in honoring these great organizations here in Malden, let me ask Councillor-At-Large Craig Spadafora to come and make his presentation.
Thank you.
Round of applause, Councillor Spadafora.
I have the honor to present the next citation, and I'll give you a little bit of background to tell you how old I am now. My grandfather was somebody who went to church every day and thought for a short moment I would be an altar boy. I was actually the last class in the Immaculate Conception who learned Mass in Latin. That's how old I am. So when I was thinking about this citation, not only is it personal to me who somebody goes there, and at one point I go there to serve and help, but actually I don't know who's serving it because I feel better leaving that building on Friday nights. And a lot of people in here, my council members, the mayor, we are there throughout the winter, and it's at a great organization. But when I was thinking about something that Pastor Whetstone, which I'll invite him up in a second, my grandfather made me read the Bible with him on Sundays. And I will be honest with you, there were certain parts that I breezed over. But for this citation, this one quote I think sums up the Warming Center. One scripture, I shouldn't say quote. For I was hungry and you gave me something to eat. I was thirsty and you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger and you invited me in. I needed clothes and you clothed me. I was sick and you looked after me. I was in prison and you came to visit me. That sums up not only the Warming Center, but I think all the individuals who serve in that aspect there. So it is my honor to now give the citation for the Malden Warming Center. For furthering the ideals of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. with his commitments to service, Dr. King once said, life's most persistent and urgent question of what are you doing for others? During the winter months, the Malden Warming Center, without a doubt, has responded to that question. The MWC provides a safe shelter to those who are experiencing homelessness. Their work also involves connecting the individuals to the needed resources, including permanent housing, substance abuse treatment, and physical and mental health services. Most impressive is that the MWC is a true collaboration of community volunteers who are compassionate, I didn't have enough coffee this morning, and committed to helping those in need. Today, we recognize the Malden Warming Center for embracing Dr. King's call to service and thank them for making a difference in our community. Pastor Whetstone. Anybody want to take a picture? Can we just take one picture? Oh, you go ahead, Pastor, go ahead.
I'm not, before I say anything, Malden Warming Center volunteers, come on up. Come on, we need you up here. I know we have some board members here too. Please come and join us. As our counselors have said, this is a collaboration. Gabby, you come up, you're part of us too, come on. She wears more than one hat. Excellent. It's a little dangerous to give a preacher a microphone.
Amen.
Amen.
But I am honored, humbled, and excited all at the same time. There was a time when God came to a guy by the name of Cain who had killed his brother. And in the process of that conversation, Cain asked God, "Am I my brother's keeper?" That wasn't exactly God's answer, but close. Absolutely. And the very verse that was read by Councillor Spadafora is the very driving force of what it came to be. And I'm proud to be a part of a church and the pastors serve a church that opened its doors and said, we want to embrace this. We can't do it alone. So we just said, come on in. And these are just a few. And the pictures that you see has a few others. And there are hundreds others that make Malden Warming Center a reality. And I could tell you all of the other statistics, but at this point, I just want to let you know that the spirit of Martin Luther King Jr. that was evidenced in songs out of that era, the Hollies, he ain't heavy, he's my brother. Or you could take Bruce Hornsby. That's the way it is, doesn't have to be. And we are the ones that make the difference. And so everybody can be great because everybody can serve. And there's a place for you at Malden Warming Center as well. Thank you very much. We are on.
How long can we hold these grids, huh?
Yes. You know, there are a lot of elected officials that I want to recognize here before we go any further. That I think it's important that you know that these folks who you've elected to office have other things that they could be doing, but they are here today. So would you acknowledge the presence, please? We've already seen and heard from our representative in Congress, Katherine Clark. Another round of applause for her. On the Malden City Council, we've heard from Councillor-At-Large Craig Spadafora. Yes, Karen Cologne Hayes, Councillor-At-Large. Councillor-At-Large Carrie McDonald, where are you? Carrie? Ward 1, Malden City Councilor Peg Crow. Ward 3, City Councilor Amanda Lenahan. You've heard from our council president, Ward 5 City Councilor Barbara Walsh-Murphy. Former Councillor-At-Large and now Ward 6 Councilor Steve Winslow. Ward 8 City Councilor J. Dean Seeker. From our Malden School Committee, we have Rob McCarthy, representing Ward 2. Jennifer Spadafora on the School Committee, representing Ward 3. Dawn Macklin, from the School Committee, representing Ward 4. Adam Weldy, in the School Committee, representing Ward 5. Keith Bernard, representing Ward 7 in the Malden School Committee. Sharon Rose Zyberg, representing Ward 8. In uniform back this way, we have our Malden Police Chief, Glenn Cronin. And where is the other chief? Here he is, he's hiding. Our fire chief, Chief Bill Sullivan. Malden School Superintendent Noriega Murphy. And a round of applause for all of you very important people that are here. For yourselves, a round of applause. Now let me ask Lieutenant Mike Powell from the Malden Police Department if he would come forward for the next presentation.
Oh, good morning, good morning, good morning. This is a beautiful crowd. This is exactly what I see when I think of Malden, so thank you very much. But today isn't about me. It's about Dr. Martin Luther King. That's why we're all here, and to recognize and honor the folks that continue to remember his name in the ways that you serve. So thank you very much. Renee, if you come up here, please, because this is about you right now. You'll have to excuse my bodyguard. He's with me all the time. So first, I want to echo the sentiments that have been spoken by so many others before me and say thank you to a lot of the folks that have made today possible. Mayor Gadie Christenson. Where is the, we have Councillor Spadafora, Mr. Neal Anderson. He likes to call me Neal, but it's all love. It's all love. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, and Maria Louise. We appreciate it. So I'm standing up here to honor Detective Renee Kelly, who has just been a tremendous part of the Malden Police Department team. A lot of functions that we have organized by the Malden Police Department, Renee Kelly has a hand in that. And the reason why we are so successful at what we do is because of Detective Renee Kelly, without a doubt. And I would think that the chief would echo my sentiments. So without further ado, I'd like to read the citation in. And this citation that I'm reading is just one of the events that Renee has helped organize throughout the years that she's been with the Malden Police Department. So this is not the only recognition that defines Renee Kelly. This is just one of them. On this day, the city of Malden recognizes the holiday toy drive sponsored by the Malden Police Department, the Malden Fire Department, our brothers and sisters on the Malden Fire Department, with their commitment to service. Led by Malden Police Detective Renee Kelly, the group organizes an annual toy drive that helps brighten the holiday season for many local young people and brighten their holiday spirits they did. The spirit of the season is felt with many generous donations, sponsors, and volunteers who come together to help agencies that serve children in need, as well as assist with the greater community. Today, we recognize them for embracing Dr. King's call to service and thank them for the tremendous difference they make for the families in our community. Signed by yours truly, Mayor Gadie Christenson, and City Council President Barbara Murphy. Thank you very much.
I just want to thank everybody for being here. I was not prepared with the speech. As you can see by the photo, I am just one person in this event. This event and initiative truly is a community event. It would not be possible without the members of the community, without so many in this room. I want to thank Chief Sullivan and Chief Cronin for trusting me with this initiative, and our two youngest volunteers, who for the last few years have come and really showed us what community is and giving back. I also want to acknowledge the fact that as I was looking at the honoree list, I noticed one theme was we all work together and united. There are so many days where I've had to call Malden Cares or the Bread of Life, and it just really shows that we really are united in this community and making sure that our members of this community are truly, truly taken care of. So truly, thank you all.
Before you leave, Can I get you cops to come forward, please? All of you. All of you police officers, please, come and join. Fire department, yes, please. We can't hold this grin but for so long. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Councilor Linehan, would you come, please? Ward 3 City Councilor Amanda Linehan, please.
Thank you, everyone, and good morning. And Renee, I just want to thank you for speaking before me so we can get this microphone right down where it belongs. Am I right? So I would actually love to invite my Mary Malden volunteers, anybody who had a hand to come up and join me. This is truly a group effort. Anybody, Dawn, please come up. Councillor Hayes, Councillor McDonald, Adam, Emmanuel, anybody who's still here, Sharon. At the risk of sounding cliched, as so many others have stated, this is truly a group effort. And can I just thank all the other honorees today for being here in community together. I don't know if all of you noticed this, but there's a lot of people who are in more than one photo up here. Think about how many volunteer hours are happening in our community and how inspiring that is. So I'm very honored and humbled to be accepting this award and presenting it at the same time, which is a unique situation to be in. I know I speak for my group here. You know, we couldn't do this, any one of us alone. This is an effort. Mary Malden is a toy and clothing drive that started in the height of the pandemic. We saw, Dawn and I really saw it, and I think fate brought us together, that there was going to be an unprecedented need in the community. There was loneliness, there was isolation, there was job loss, there was financial hardship, you name it. We knew our community was grappling with it, and we wanted to find a way to respond. As you've seen, there are other toy drives that go on in the city, but the need is so great. We knew that if we could just find a way to bring together willing donors, folks who wanted to shop, who wanted to deliver, who wanted to help us sort, who wanted to do whatever role they could see themselves in, we wanted to find a way to really bring people together so that nobody in our community had to go through a holiday season alone without gifts to give their loved ones, in despair, in isolation. We have managed to be inclusive of all holidays and no holidays, so you don't have to celebrate Christmas to be part of our drive. We've been able to meet the earlier deadlines with Hanukkah, and of course, anybody's welcome to take part in Mary Malden. What we believe in is being inclusive and non-judgmental and open, and just whoever comes to us, we will find a way to help you, and that's really, when I look at this group, that's what I'm so proud of. We don't turn people away, we find a way to say yes. And so with that, I will read the citation and invite any of my fellow Mary Malden volunteers to say a few words. On this day, the City of Malden recognizes Mary Malden for furthering the ideals of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. with their commitment to service. In recognizing the work of this dedicated group, we think of Dr. King's all-important question, what are you doing for others? Mary Malden started doing for others and serving the community amid an unprecedented health crisis and hasn't stopped since. Led by school committee member Don Macklin and myself and everyone you see here and so many others. This successful holiday toy and clothing drive has helped caretakers to fulfill wish lists, bring hope, and make the holiday season brighter for hundreds of Malden children. From generous donors and sponsors to the volunteer organizers, shoppers, and delivery drivers, it is a true collaborative effort that's assisted over 345 children just this year alone. Today we recognize everybody up here for embracing Dr. King's call to service and thank them for the tremendous difference they make for families in the community. Signed, Gary Christenson, Mayor, and Barbara Murphy, City Council President. I just wanted to thank everyone, and as Amanda said, this is truly a community effort. We go out, we solicit sponsors, match them with wish lists, so children are able to get what they most wished for and dreamed for during the season. And, you know, it's very specific, and that's what we love about our drive. We love that there are other drives in the city. We support them too. Sometimes I'm collaborating with Renee, like, oh, we've gone past the deadline, can you help this family out? And then there are often times where we get impossible requests, like Celtics tickets, that we pass on to our mayor, and he's able to fulfill. So I'd like to thank also my family who puts up with the crazy during December, from November, you know, after Thanksgiving to Christmas. They put up with the crazy in my absence, so I'd like to thank you as well. But thank you to this lovely community. Thank you. I just wanted to mention there are a few of the key organizers. Keith's wife, Zaida, who is an incredible organizer, who's not feeling well, so she's not here today. Your daughter, Emily, who's at the sorting center helping out, and then Jessica Vasquez, who also helps out. And Amanda Bellis, who usually I take on the matching of the sponsors, and this year with work I couldn't do it, so I know Amanda Bellis is watching from home. Thank you, thank you.
I was just a delivery driver, but and also a donor, and I think I was very humbled when my donation request came in, and it wasn't for some elaborate toy, it was for a winter jacket and winter shoes for a young girl. So I think that's the great thing, that as a community we're all stepping up. And I also want to thank the Local 22 for allowing their conference room to be a crazy delivery center. It's great that Labor participated as well. So, but thank you so much for the great leadership of Donna, Amanda, and all the others here. But thank you.
I'll stand right behind you, Ari.
So it was our attempt today to honor Dr. King by honoring those who have worked in the vineyard, who have worked to continue moving forward, helping make our world a better world. Have we done that? So Dr. King, we know, ended up giving his life for this work. This was not easy. This was trying times, and he lost his life because of the color of his skin. But he never gave up. He believed in the goodness of the human spirit. He believed in the words of the civil rights song, "We shall overcome." He knew that someday blacks and whites and Jews and Gentiles, Protestant and Catholic, would walk together as sisters and brothers. So we've reached that day, as many wonderful changes have occurred in our nation. America has ended most overt racial segregation. We've elected a first black president, Barack Obama. We've elected a black and Asian woman as our vice president of the United States, Kamala Harris. Hakeem Jeffries is the first black person to become minority leader in the United States House of Representatives. And we've got Katherine Clark right along there beside him. But the work is not complete, and it's up to each of us to continue the dream in making Dr. King's world a better place for all of God's children. So please, let's join
our hands together as we stand and be led by the Malden Choral Arts Group as we sing that civil rights song, "We Shall Overcome." It's on the back of your program, the words, the civil rights. We shall overcome. Overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. We'll walk hand in hand. We'll walk hand in hand. We'll walk hand in hand. We'll walk hand in hand someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. We shall live in peace. We shall live in peace. We shall live in peace. We shall live in peace someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. We are not afraid. We are not afraid. We are not afraid today. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. God will see us through. God will see us through. God will see us through today. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome Pastor Whetstone, would you come and bring the benediction for us, please? He said it's dangerous to give the microphone to a pastor, but we need him here.
O God of mercy and grace, we celebrate the life of your servant, Martin Luther King Jr., who set an example and embraced the very spirit of Jesus himself. We ask now for your guidance, your direction, your wisdom, and your empowerment to live out that example, each and every one of us. Let us answer the question every single day, who have you served today? With a list of individuals that we have graced and attempted to assist and help. We ask your blessing upon all of these organizations that were represented and honored today. May they be an example to others, and may we see like kinds, not only in the city of Malden, but the surrounding areas. It is in the name of the one who called us to be peacemakers that we pray. Amen.
Thank you all for coming. There are still refreshments for us in the foyer. So let's go on to serve.
Can we give Mr. Neal Anderson a great big hand? Can you give Mr. Neal Anderson a great big hand?